Welcome to Break Time. Today's proverb is 16:17. It says, "The highway of the upright avoids evil. Those who guard their ways preserve their lives." Most of you probably drive. Most of us have gone down highways before or have crossed treacherous places where there's guardrails. Guardrails are often found around curves, sharp curves, or around places where there's bridges. You know what I'm talking about, the guardrails. And I was once driving and noticed that a car hit a guardrail, and thankful they hit the guardrail instead of going off into the culvert that was underneath the guardrail, beside the guardrail. It could have been a lot worse. But those are put there for protection. Those are put there to help steer our path when we may want to leave the road. They won't let us leave the road. I was raised in Kentucky, or not raised into Kentucky, but I lived in Kentucky for a while, and there was guardrails all over the place in Kentucky. But why do you suppose that Solomon tells us that we need to guard our ways? And I look at this as a passage, again, it goes interior. It's for our heart. When we guard our hearts and we have developed around our heart protection, it helps preserve our life. It helps us to stay on the highway that avoids evil. Now, what do I mean by a guard? Does that mean we don't let anybody in? No, what it means is we will not let the evil penetrate inside of our hearts, simply because it's been protected by this shield I call of grace and love. And we're very protective of who we will allow in our lives to influence us to a place of movement. Now, we are all influencers as faith leaders, and so when we have our heart guarded, it's a sense of protection from anything allowing to get in there that's evil. And some of us need to be a little more guarded with our hearts. What we watch, what we read, who we associate with, who we're allowing to be the influences in our life. If our guard is not up, if there's being seeds of evil being penetrated inside our heart, there's nothing wrong with having a guarded heart. Now, God doesn't say isolate yourself from all that is evil. We have to walk beside it every day. So if this guard is not there, what happens to our hearts? If we're not allowing this protection to be put around our heart, easily evil will have a way in. And often you find this with those that you're closest are associated with. And if you're not careful, you become like the people that you spend your time with, right? Why is that? Because oftentimes, those people that you spend a lot of time with, you let your guard down. And you let the influence in. And you let the words in and the actions in. So you need to be very cautious of those who you spend time with. It's okay. You can't remove yourself from the evil, as I said. And at work especially, have a guard up before you go in. Not a guard of removing yourself. Don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm not giving you permission to remove yourself from society and from evil. But when you participate, there's only going to be a certain amount of things that you're going to let into the interior of your heart to become to become an influence. And those things are always true. They're always right. They're always pure. They're always godly. So, faith leaders, maybe you need to put a guard around your heart, a closer guard, and only allow the interior of your heart to be a place where there's nothing but purity that's allowed to be in there, that will actually penetrate the core of who you are. I hope you know that Main Street is walking beside you in your workplace, and we are honored that you are allowing us to influence your life. And I'm praying today that you've allowed your guard up and only allowing the pure, godly influences in your life. Have a blessed day.